Now, because he's too early with the orb, that allows people to spread out during the Sigma ult, which is really easy to avoid. So just miscommunication. You see Super using abilities here, just trying to get ult. Quick engage to stop the Bastion. Bastion is already set up though. You see, they fully protect the Bastion. Like, full protection. Fortify, eat, shields, everything on the Bastion. Immortality field in the middle here. You see, Super, he's such a good guy. Like, he's such a good guy. He's walking in front of the Bastion in order to stop the flux, not the flux, the accretions and bullets and everything. Especially while he's frozen. It's unfortunate that he gets frozen. Could be worse though. And just the extents they go to protect him is so nice to see. And it looks really bad so, right now for Team USA. Yeah, Bastion dies. And I think Raucus uses Coalescence here because they have to win the fight. Otherwise, Team South Korea gets, how to say, the better advantage with positions. Like if they have to reset, walk out spawns, they're going to use ults. And it's going to take another minute. Like, this is a good risk versus reward play to go for. And it works out. You gotta compensate the damage when the Bastion dies, so that's why Coalescence came in. Really nice to see these on the fly dice. Then Bongos is used. You see the placement on the Bongos. Reason for that is because, yeah, they're on the other side. Just makes sense. Then Mano dying alone. I have no idea what he's doing. Like, they just waste so much time on Team South Korea. So much time wasted. Mei ult used. Coalescence. Reaper ult. A lot of ults. Just for one push. Now United States, they keep the Bastion, keep the Mei. They have ults to work with. They have Immortality field. No, I mean the window as well. Okay, I like that they go left side here and push up indoors. Now this is just another way to get up on high ground. And because you have the ability to go underneath here, Team South Korea, you have to take more defensive positions for the door underneath there. Nice pull. Delays the push a bit. You can make more decisions as South Korea. But then Sinatra sets up. You should break shield a bit. Here. Normal, just, yeah. Like you go into turret mode as you are jumping down. Mei ult here, zoning out everyone. Pretty good. And yeah, not much you can do. So I feel like United States are just way more efficient now than South Korea. It's all like it's already visible. Then they clear the ship, set up on high ground while Mei pushes up. Use the Mei. So Mei is a perfect character to push the cart with because she can wall like this. You can sort of bait in enemies. Big nade coming in, doesn't stop them though. And then you set up indoors here, and you can melt the shields. And because of the wall, it's a bit tricky. But they break the wall, set up the Immortality field, and now nothing stops them. Again, nothing stops them. Just quick, decisive. Well, I guess that's the same thing, quick and decisive. But the on-the-fly decision making is so good for the Team USA. So Nano on Mei to keep her alive. Bongos, scare them away. You have to respect the Bongos. Nice stun. Now that's let's see here. The Sigma ult missed, but I think Super he had an orb to work with. So he's making sure Sinatra's safe. Checking with space where he is. You see, Sinatra. No, I mean Super. Compare this to Henningsen or Dance that I reviewed earlier. He's actually looking around the map. He's not like one-dimensional, only looking one direction. I think this is the mistake here. Maybe this is not the mistake, but Space does not have ult here. Space probably called for the ult, and then Super ulted too early. Or orb too early. So now because he's too early with the orb, that allows people to spread out during the Sigma ult, which is really easy to avoid. So just miscommunication. You see Super using abilities here, just trying to get the ult. So easy to avoid. And the Mei ult, pretty good. Nice wall, really good wall. People still die, but this wall and shield are so good because South Korea they have to go in all melee.
Establishing defense point.
And then a questionable beat by the K. A really questionable beat. I understand Choi might have died there or something, but it's a really weird beat. Actually, it makes sense. The beat makes sense. Because Team USA, they're carrying back. And people would die. Like earlier. Choi would most likely die. So actually it makes sense now in the like in hindsight, but I still feel like it's questionable. Hey, what's up, Toby? So many ults used for South Korea. Blizzard, Bongos, Flux, and Beat. Yeah, it's a lot of tools. We're baiting out the TP there. So TP came in, plus Nano. Team USA, sorry for the camera, Team USA, they tried to kite this, or like out-rotate it by rotating out here. However, Architect came in, caught them. Wasn't enough, but now you also have people backcapping. So even though they died, card pushing up beyond the slope is pretty good actually, because now Team South Korea, they have to take a more defensive position. Reset should come in earlier, though. Yeah. I like this. Well, slightly too far out with the Bongos here. That's why Super goes for the Fortify to protect it. I think. I'm not sure, but it sticks out a bit so it can die. Mano tries to shoot it, but that dude is just aiming. Mano's shooting where it doesn't stick out. It can be difficult with shapes, but you see clearly. Well, actually, it might stick out at... No, it doesn't even stick out here. No, it does. It does a tiny bit. I don't know. But it's at the top that I'm talking about. This is where the damage comes in. He's desperately shooting for the shield, though. Pretty easy push. I like how Super placed that shield and pushed it, made sure that South Korea had to fall off or like fall down. And then everyone, well not everyone, but a couple of people had to reset positions. A lot of these fights last so long that entire teams has enough time to get back into the fight and win despite losing 2 in the beginning. Exactly. It's really important to pay attention to the respawns. A bit too early with the punch there for Sinatra. Architect coming in from behind. Catches, well, not catches, but wants to go for Space. Then beat necessary here, because Choyobin was about to die. I think it was because of Choi. Let's see, wait, Mano. Oh, he didn't have orb. Okay, that's unfortunate. It's a big Sigma ult anyways. And then Moth gets beat just in time, I think. Yes, like barely in time, dude. If you don't get beat before you start falling down, you're not. I don't think you hit beat until you hit the ground, like because the floor disappears. It was so clutch, dude. You know that his gut was sinking as he was on 99. He was just spamming Q, and then Space goes for his own ult here to catch people trying to go in and kill United States, or yeah, Team USA. Like this. Reaper ult is a great counter for when you land, and beat is used. Oh yeah, he was gonna go for a boop, an aggressive, I guess aggressive boop, or not boop but position, just to be able to support the Risa, right? But then Reaper comes from behind. He gets stuck on the pillar. I'm pretty sure he wants to go up here, but he just gets stuck. Or he wants to go out. And then dies. That's unfortunate. And now, Corey gonna ult. 100% ult. Oh, well, not really. Soon. There. Such a good ult. What was Sinatra? Would I go for punch? No, he didn't have punch. Nice. Really good.
Cease your resistance.
And then yeah, it's just too hard to defend this.
10 seconds
Immortality field is nasty. Good thing they cleared it out. Oh, this is when respawns become so annoying. Luckily they made it though. Nice. Oh yeah, they were defending with Bastion. Got scouted. Oh! Sinatra deleted almost. Well, he does get deleted. They tried to get the most out of the shields and everything before starting to move out, which is interesting to see because it shows like how you can squeeze out like all that value. And it's really, I assume if you're the Pharaoh or you're the attackers, for example, trying to break the shield, so like trying to make the Bastion rotate, but he doesn't rotate. It feels like a chicken race almost, eventually. Super dies, was behind the shield there as well, couldn't get heals. I think, now this is a great shield by Choi. That's a 900 IQ shield. But yeah, Super walks back in. Well, to be honest, Raucus could heal Super as well because of the shield here. He can heal Super easily. But he had to reload. Unfortunate. Yeah. Yeah, I mean they did cut some time. But it's not that much time. That's a lot of damage right there. Super died with 40. No, he used 45 actually, but was it too early or too late? Oh, yeah, that's too much damage in too short amount of time. It's just too much damage. Then yeah, flank from Corey didn't pay out. Oh, how to say? Yeah, plan out. No, pan out. Am I misremembering? No, maybe it's the next round. This is the first round. We're getting a nice snipe on Bedosian. And then all of this setup on the ship doesn't matter because everyone is rushing the cart here. Super a bit too greedy. Doesn't have any support. Haxal killed everyone. Interesting to see Space using ult here. Makes sense because Mercy was dead and he can get out. It did force Bedosian to use trance. So that's huge. Just using trance is huge for Team USA. Now him getting out, pretty nice. And you also have a great positioning on the Sigma where you can flank from behind, deal a lot of damage. Corey's on Tracer as well to get back quickly. What did Bedosian ult there? He ulted because if you're getting fluxed by the Sigma and use trance, you're more than likely to keep everyone alive, right? But the Mercy went super high up and it was outside of the range for the trance. So that's why she didn't get healed, and then she landed on the ship. Moth killed by Haxal. Haxal kills Raucus. Haxal is just butchering the backline. Pretty clean by South Korea. I think Team USA had a bit scuffed heroes there, to be honest. And positioning. Well, Haxal getting to the backline caused a lot of issues. Now this engage was pretty quick, so let's take it again. So watch where Corey's going. He's gonna go for the backline. Super in charge of holding the front line. But if they ignore Super and go for Space here, it doesn't matter what Super does. They didn't get the kill on Space, and instead they kill Haxal. USA kills Haxal. And suddenly they have control. Full control of the choke. And because it's a 6v5, you want to engage before Haxal is back, right? So you just go for a go call. Make sure abilities and everything is ready. There we go. Easy. Super stunned. Doesn't matter. Coalescence. Matched. Okay, so Space got orbed. There's Sigma ult. Nice boop from IDK on the Corey. And there's the kills. The combo Sigma ult with the Reaper ult and well, Coalescence. It wasn't how to say a direct combo Sigma plus Reaper ult. It was indirectly a combo because Corey Sinatra got booped back. Sinatra wanted to go for the Risa and Lucio, right? See here. Nice kill on Haxal. Got locked in place. Just a nice dragon. The Mano dead, Choi dead. It's a full reset. You gotta clear Lucian and Reaper from behind her. You see, they always keep an eye on the Reaper. They always keep an eye on Reaper. Not everyone. They don't have to keep everyone for Reaper. But they always scout them. Now Coalescence plus Bongos. Bongos killed. Super killed. The shield wasn't, how to say, placed well so that he could kite the Reaper ult. But IDK using beat too. Now, is the beat in order to counter Moth's beat? No. IDK uses beat first. I think it's a waste because Architect is getting eaten by Space. And you have Coalescence on Architect. I'm not sure though, because you do have Corey up here, able to headshot Architect. Super easy. Like, so easy. It's so easy to headshot him. So maybe it was because of that. I don't know though. And the Moth uses his beat to counter the beat. And stop the, how to say, aggression. Plus, you negate the Reaper ult. You play safe, kite back, until Super is back. There's the Flux. And they're all dead. Alright. Alright, so Team USA running Reaper Doomfist this time. And South Korea, they have Reaper Mei, assuming Team USA are gonna run Bastion. But Team USA, they know that, or assume that, and they go for the counter. Super dead. The shields there were really nice. Blocked the heals. And just got so much value from the AoE damage. IDK and Choi though. That's unfortunate. And then Mano.
30 seconds remaining.
This is really bad for South Korea. Getting punched and yeah, picked off on Lucio. You see South Korea. Here's the sort of proof, I guess, that they were trying to counter the Bastion. Haksal is not on Mei anymore. He's on Doomfist. You gotta match the Doomfist. You can stay Mei, sure, but it's not good. And you just have more impact on Doomfist here as well. So, United States just anti-stratting. You win the first fight easily. And then second fight, you're gonna have the ult advantage. Sinatra almost dying. Do you see here? Super in space, ready to body block. Like they're ready to basically be a secret service for Sinatra. The trust is immense. And then dodging Haxal's punch, perfect. Super. He's ready with Fortify even. And there's not much damage that Haxal gets, because Core is reformed, super fortified, everyone else gone. And then Sinatra gets a lot of value. See, everyone is flying. Mano dies. Now healers pushed out. And Architect and Choi are on their own. It's so good. It's like herding sheeps. You have a very tactical approach to every fight almost, it feels like. And it's not like pre-plan, okay, this is exactly how you move. This is, if they do that, you're gonna respond like this. It's not memorized. They do this on the fly, like individual decision making. And you have 2 tanks getting staggered. That's really bad. You just have to give up. Point and the ship. So now the second fight, well, your first fight on second point, it's definitely gonna be here earliest. There's a Sigma ult in order to stop the entry. Fortify used, and then yeah. Cart keeps pushing, like this is so good for the cart. Bongas plus shield, Haxal going in. And then such a close beat here. Like that's a really close beat for Sinatra. The super. Well, not great super, but yeah. Mano dying. Great focus. Architect is behind them. Then Haxal dead. Everyone dies. Dude, Sinatra plus knocking up into the Reaper ult is so good. It's so good. The natural synergy is huge. It's this big. Like you can't even see how big it is. That's how big it is. And then, yeah, South Korea presses Q with every hero. Architect still dead. This is still a winnable fight for Team USA. It's so winnable. With super dies, he goes forward in front of the shield. Shield dies, of course. And then you just don't have enough sustain because Orisa is gone. Yeah, not enough shields. Still, pushed out really far. And I think this is where Team USA burns a lot of time.
Stop the payload.
So, interesting. Bastion sets up here on high ground. This is like asking for a wall. So, most likely Architect, not assuming like he'd be safe for the wall, didn't orb. Yeah, imagine getting orbed. Corey in trouble. He wants to get out. Finally gets out though. And oh, Sinatra with a clutch wall. Sinatra's wall there stops the damage and allows them to heal back up. South Korea has a really low damage comp once nice orb by the way on Corey. They have a really low damage comp once Bastion is dead. See? They try to focus down the main quickly. And here it's all about burning time. Almost catching the main. And it really tried to just make Architect's life miserable by using line of sight. It's such good usage of line of sight. This is what I mean by using corners. A corner is this, right? But yeah, well, edges. All edges. Just breaking line of sight. It's so smart, so good. And that wall made Architect have to be pushed down. Finally they get kills, but at what cost? Well, the cost is that they had to use Sigmalt. Okay, so if you're Team USA, now let's back up even more. I'll explain exactly what the thought process was. So I don't even need to know the comms. Here. You've maybe never paid attention to this. Let's see here. Okay, you can't see. You can see slightly behind the logo. Where my mouse pointer is, there's a 2. And that 2 tells you how many people are on the payload. Now, you can assume that because they're playing Bastion, they want to set up on high ground. Or they want to set up in IT, or somewhere else. But there's only 2 people on the cart. Which means there's no Bastion on the cart. So what do? Well, use that info. You still know that there's no Bastion on the cart. Only 2 people. Now this is confirmed. And that's why they just rush underneath. And South Korea, they have no idea about this. Well, they might have some idea, but they are thinking too slowly. They're reacting, they didn't anticipate this. So now there's a wall, and suddenly the fight becomes how much? How many people? 1, 2, 3. 3v3. Alright. You have Alusha coming in, 4v3, and Raucus, 5v3. And then you have Corey on the other side, 1v2. So good. It makes them have to use all these ults here. If they don't get the kills, well, you see they press all the buttons. They press all Q buttons. Window, Blizzard, Bongos. United States is gonna say, oh cool, we take it. It's no big deal if you lose the fight. Now they go for the re-engage, which is fine. It's fine. And this is the, let's say, sweet spot for Orisa to contest. You see, he tries to go on this side, so he avoids the Bastion by line of sight. Because if he stays on the other side, then yeah, can't avoid bash there.
60 seconds.
Immortality field coming in too late. Kill the lamp.
我利用 awedic。动作不洗澡。
And then beat, a sick beat. Super survives because he's on the other side of the shield. Oh. And just that this, like that trust to go back in and re-engage. So nice to see. And South Korea, they lose because they used so many ults in the previous fight. Which they had to use. Well, they didn't really have to. But it's just so nice to see that Team USA went, like they don't back down. Like, they really try to get value. And if you lose that fight, it's whatever. Because you have second point.
10 seconds remaining.
And because people are going on cart,
我利用 awedic。
here, keep in mind, super fortifying. He's intentionally positioning himself in front of the Doomfist. Then you have Corey dropping down. Just too much damage. So good. So good. So good.